Drink your water. Once again, I was late on the Spreaker tip. Family, listen, man. So I'm drinking my water. I had Sasha gone and handle the water duty for me last night. And this water tastes straight like sink water. I'm thinking the youngest one is trying to take me out. I thought it was Gina, but the youngest one is actually moving forward with her plans and just has decided that she just want the whole crown. Because this is straight 100% sink water. She swore that it wasn't. I'm just like, I got a nasty taste in my mouth. Shouts out to Miss CeeLo. I see you out there. You know what I'm saying? How much longer we got so that we before we because we got to get this party together. You know. Shouts out to Brother Kwame. Shouts out to Elder Margarita. I see. It's straight sink water. She might have used the same water that she washed the glass with. The girls trying to, the Gye-Nyame girls just can't wait for their time. They want to try to take me out, but they don't know how to work everything, so they got to keep me around just a little bit longer. You got to expect it. You got to expect it. You got to expect it. But hey, family, first off, I want to say great Kujichagulia to each and every last one of you. Let's go. Let's do this toast, and we can open up the line so that we can have some conversation just a little bit before I get to this adventure today. You know, just a little bit. So we're going to run through the toast, and I'm going to open up the lines. As a matter of fact, I will. Well, we're going to do the toast, then I'll open up the lines, because I don't want y'all calling in and just being bored while I'm reading all these names, because y'all know we got a lot of names. And I want to thank y'all for blessing me, taking the time, and doing your own family research, because family, it's all going to pay off, right? Because as we move close to these reparations, some of y'all going to need to be grabbing some of y'all family line, and y'all going to be needing certain things to happen at certain times, and it's just like, you know, those of us who've been toasting these ancestors, the way is going to be open like you wouldn't even believe. We're gonna be bumping into people with the information that we need right at the right time. You know what I'm saying? And the only thing we're gonna be the only thing we're gonna have to be the only thing people gonna hear from us is cut the check. I ain't gonna cut the check, right? Here's my family line. Yep. It just miraculously it popped up, right? But anyway, let's go. What I'm gonna use it? We're gonna play with some of this watermelon. Been reaching out to the elder. He never got back with me about the watermelon, so I'm see how it is. It got a little pink, little pink piece on there. Let's see. Let's check out the smell. Got a little bit of watermelon smell, but of course the Ambrose is like, homie, watermelon, you just visiting. We do this. You know what I'm saying? We for real with this. So let's go on to our daily piece here. We have a real strong signal this morning. We have 4,000 kilobytes. I think that's how you say it, kilobytes per second. And I guess that's pretty good. It ain't slowed down. So I guess in the mornings, if we do stuff, we cool. Early in the mornings. It got to be early in the morning. I guess in the afternoon, it get bad, right? Y'all saw how it was we couldn't even do toast and talk. You know what I'm saying? So I'm about to start getting up a little bit earlier. Nope. To do toast and talk. Just, nope. I'm not going to do it. Change my mind. We're not going to do it. Let me close my wall. That's a wall. Don't get it twisted. It's a wall. Have you been house shopping yet down there yet, CeeLo? Down south? Down in the southern region? You been house shopping yet? But anyway, family, let's go and do this toast. First off, giving honor to the Creator by whatever name you choose to call the Creator. We lift up our glass. We salute that Creator. By whatever name you choose to call the Creator, we lift up our glass and we say the powerful words. Vashe. From the family, where do we go? Y'all know where we going. We going to the place We're going to the place. We're going to those ancestors. We lifting up our glass. We saluting those ancestors. And I'm going to run down the list as far as I can go. That scared the hell out of me. Oh, I keep on forgetting that's on. I got to take that sound off because that shit is just a little bit too spooky for me. I can't. Woo. All right. All right. Here we go. Let me take my breath. Take your breath. Crack my neck. Crack my knuckles. Get ready. Miles Brown, Miss Ann, Robert Alexander Davis, Herman Brown Sr., Rosalie Tilly, George and William Walton. Hold on. CeeLo just wrote something. Things are about to start going fast, though my first day is the 28th of September? Oh, okay. So we're gonna pull something together soon. All right. We're gonna have to all right. We're gonna pull something together soon. All right. Miles Brown, Ms. Aaron, Robert Alexander Davis, Herman Brown Sr., Rosalie Tilly, George William Walter, Christopher Pendergaston, Eileen, Uncle Chris, I'm Fiend, Cleveland and Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Alvaro Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Flora, Montague Pimenel, Normo X, Pet Maya, Rob Malika Fakur, Dr. Marianne Williams, Kojo Kamau, Elder Farmer, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusuf Weston, Elder Ajini, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Brofro, Hector Jr., J. Edwards, Carlisle Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling, Lucy Wright, Derek L. Pulley, and the Luxury Brother, Miss Eda Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Mr. Alonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Janet Foster, Charles Jordan, Kel Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Trigg, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Renderman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend J. Smith, Lois Henderson, Kevin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Kelly D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Melvin Dale Hodge, Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clay, Perry Beatty, Sarah Weather, Vita Farmer, Augusto Sue, Cheryl Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn, Deolis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Leonard Dickinson, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thornton, Pearl G. Thornton, Ida Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thornton, Erica Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza Frederick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, May Esther, Keisha Reese, Linda Watson Hammond, Jarrell Giles Watson, Sparrow, Slimmy, Seven Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Percy Moore, Mildred Owens, Booker T. Bowden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Hilda Pearson, Sturgeon Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lavinia Hall, Freeman Banks, Mary Moss, Sophia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quells, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quells, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, James W. West Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry World, James Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Hattie Levester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martinera, Don Amatet Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs, the second being the Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy May Alexander, Ah! I started thinking about the list rather than just doing Percy May Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carlos Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy, D'Amico Russell, Dee Mayonnaise, Gina Ruth Jones, Jana Callahan. I just should have got into the flow. William Walter West, Nigel Perez, Elder Basiki Fulani, Jim Robinson, Gladys Johnson, Valerie Clark, John and Mary Sullivan, Dirk Johnson, Antonio Johnson, Lisa Waters, Delise Waters, with 2 R's. DeFriedis Hines, Inez Bostic, and the Bostic, Winifred Scannell, Barry Wilson, Haley, Emma Hines, Phyllis Lee, Eugene Sprouting, Kevin Sprouting, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee, Print Up Jr., Miriam Johnson, Wilbur Longmire, Eda County, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Pina Carter, Mark Carter, Margaret Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosey, Dorothy R. Blair, Ransom Evans Sr., Sam Evans Sr., Naylon Blair Sr., Edward Stevens, Swan Stevens, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Gene Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, Audrey Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Jennifer Senzabaugh, Hazel Gasson, Jerry Brownlee, Brian Watson Jr., Kadiko Parsons, Jason Kathy Bradford, Thomas Bradley, also known as Akabuki, also known as Gypsy, Reverend Roosevelt Word the First, Stacey Trash, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Ruth Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Urban, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Booth Jefferson, Dan Wilkerson Sr., Aaron McClendon, Jerry Doyle, Mina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Greg G2 Gibson, Donna Hill, Richard Glebus, Lee Irby, Tommy Irby, Boy Irby, Jim O'Shea, George and Hallie Johnson, Archie and Margaret Armstead, Diane Scott, Erica Armstrong, Claire Fox, Gene Evans, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniel, Christine Cottrell, Becca, Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Euler and Andrew Baker, Patricia and Edwin Brooks, Squillen and Bob Hatch, Kimball Vernon, Bradley Kim, Janie Harry, Tom McCates, Spencer Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Nino Baby Hatch, at Senior, Mally Miller, Housie Hatch, Dad Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Alex Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Rachel Saunders, Doretha Ross, Viola Ross, Robert Nelson, Francis Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Neely Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Maddie and Charlie Scott, Ada Casey, Thomas Coper, Vivian Stevenson, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornetta Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mary France, Chappelle Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Martha Ford Dawson, Big Mama, Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Harris, Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Leroy Hugh Heath Sr., Albert Moore, Miss Benella, Albert Motley, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Elton Houston, Lud Alls, Elijah All, Jerome Alls, Henry West Stanton, Joe Jamel Alls, Ann Pierce, Donald Carter, Lily Green, Nathan Green, Beth Bond, John Dewey, Ruth Beard, Tim Butler, Raymond Law Newton, J.B. Foggy, Thomas Newton Sr., Barbara Naeem, Jeanette Sanders, J.C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, H.A. Brownlee Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Catherine Sanders, Muriel Ellis, Elizabeth Sanders, Henrietta Irby, Mildred Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Catherine Anthony, Ruth Brown, Charles Walker Sr., Charlie Walker, Cecil Russell, Diane Irvin, Haroon Phillips, William Ford, Margaret Logan, Phyllis Barnett, Lee Irvin Sr., Michael Irvin, Ozella Watson, Hugo Watson, John Caldwell Sr., Robert Lee Caldwell, Nevaeh Mitchell, Ron McCormick Sr., Sabrina Easley, Rashawn Easley, Javan McCormick, Barbara Ann Reed, Dorothy Ann Reed, John Reed, Shekamaha Reed Jr., John Reed Jr., Patricia Reed, Edward Benson Sr., Ethel H. McNair, Lloyd Fernandez, Jacqueline Broadus, Reginald Albert, Masmy Coper, George Swan, Imani Grayson, Charles Scott, Charles H. Scott, Michael Morgan, Charlene Morgan, Sybil Evans McNabb, Annie Ferguson, William Ferguson, and Shelby McClendon. And of course, y'all know we have the Black Book. We have Joella Giles. We have James Carswell. We have Liberta Adams, also known as Aunt Sis. We got Elder Shaka McNair, Anthony Brown, Jonathan Ford, Lottie Gaucher, Cousin Tony, Michael Johnson, James Jimmy Johnson, Barbara Shang Lewis, Ronald Shelton Jr., Damian Top, Westina Banks, Joseph Bingham, Quincy Mama, Aunt Lady, Abraham Isaac Cunder, Von Barbara Lewis, Renee Johnson, Joy, Ryan Ross Riggins, Jermonte, Marcus Price, Ness Words, Marshawn McCarroll, Demetrius Beard, Herb Jefferson, Ralph Mickens, Eric Walker, Quincy Sample, Candace Simmons, Severn Clayton, Leonard Jones, Sadi Garner, Melvin Scott Sr., Elder Clarence Lumpkin, Elizabeth Johnson, Mr. Thornton, Johanna, Jasandra Lynette Lewis, Anderson Mosley, Charles Jordan, Henry S. II, Fannie L. Webb, Dan Walton, Alon T. Sue Walton, Emma Walton, James Randolph Giles, Sonny, Pete Walton, William Walton, Fred Powers, Elijah Juan Hakeem McComo, Alberta T. Davis, Charles Davis, Willie R. Mackey, also known as Dr. Cream Mackey, Victor Bowden, True Kitty Berger, Lucy White, Robert Lee White, Emma Jean White, Talton Roger White, R.L. White, Jesse White, Ruby Jewel White, Johnson Carl White, Desi Woods, T.L.R. Woods, Lennox, Jim Woods, Lizzie Woods, Juanita Alexander Brown, Sit There Ann Wright, Richard Dorsey, Andy Simpson, Jamira Simpson, Regina Hopkins, Joseph Simpson, Eddie Dorsey, Eleanor Hopkins, Edward Wester, Alice Wester, Ivy Wester, Arnella Willis, Ethel Lane, Samantha DeMond, Ethel Marshall. We got Steve Dougie Shelton. We got William Bill Walker. We got Carl Rico Johnson, Kim Gray, Stuart A. Johnson, Edward Young III, Isaac Jackson Sr., Drusilla Merle, Wayne Young, Christina Young, Thomas Young, Frank Merle, Sylvester Foster, James and Lizzie Winston, Nabin Julia Lawrence, Ozell Leathers Sr., Gladys Cooper, Ozell Leathers Jr., Geneva Jackson, R.J. Lacey, also known as Tooth to Don, Sarah Winston, Chris Kinney, Margaret Minter, Mary Smith, Juanette, Florine Stith Gibbs, Carl William Duncan Jr., Jenna Callahan, Danny Hill, Miko D. Nice Hill, Andre Martin, Mabel Williams, Terry Brown, Teresa Biddle, Lavonna Kincaid, Carla Sawyer, Reverend Jesse Porter, Deacon Ezekiel Dennis, Brenda Porter, Craig Lee Jones, Granny Beulah, Papa Al Riesling, Inez Smith, George Gamble Sr., Joseph Garrett, Lashana Jamar, Leroy Raleigh, Mona, Yolanda Hunter, Yvonne Patrice Turner, Herman Reeves, Amanda Reeves, Josh Reeves, Lena Kate, Herman Reeves, Pam Johnson, Vera and Reese Fisher, Jerry Johnson McCallop, also known as Mama Moon, Sheila Ann Lee, Panchita Alba, Donna Brooks, Barbara Moses, Ida Spate, and Eric Branson, Eric Winston, Nation Builder Dan Bridges, Francisco Matisse, also known as Sonny Family. We lift up our glass to all of our ancestors that combine us, and we say, Ashe. From there, family, we move to the present moment. We want to give all of the Kujichagulia babies a round of applause. I forgot. That's me. Yeah. Oh, man, this is Kujichagulia type of day. Man, all right, so, where's my list? So, on today, family, getting focused in this moment is Kujichagulia, right? So I want you to activate your reticular formation, and I want you to seek out Kujichagulia no matter where you are. Take a picture of it, post it up on Gye-Nyame Journey. You know what I'm saying? If you would, let's go on and let's build. So people, I mean, we got to start looking for our principles. But it's in the moment right now. For those that don't know what I'm talking about, you need to go and you need to check out our e-course. Shouts out to Brother Shaka. I see you out there. Salute back to you, sir. All right. Now, so for those that don't know, you need to check out the free e-course. It is, I'm posting it up right now. Oh, damn. Let's do it over here. There we go. Free, GNJeCourse.com. Join the tribe. Learn what we're talking about. Learn, get some basics. Get the basics down with us, right? So here we go. So right now we raise our glass up to this present moment, to the power of this moment, realizing that it's Kujichagulia. For those that don't speak the language, Kujichagulia means self-determination. Also, the demonic principle of the day is justice. The color is indigo. They say this color I got on is indigo, but, you know, I don't agree. All right, but anyway, correspondence is the Hermetic law. Male name is Kwabina. That's me, Kwabina. And female name is Abina. You know, that's Gina, that's Navita, that's, who else? We got a few of them. Tiandra. Yeah, it's a lot of Coogee babies floating around Gye-Nyame journey, yo. So, hey, we lift up our glass, we salute this present moment, the power in this moment, and we embrace this power, and we move this moment forward, extending it, and extending its reach and increasing its power, so that our children will have something to stand within when it's their time. So we lift up our glass and we say, oh, and Brother Shaka is a Coogee baby. And we lift up our glass and we say, Ashe. From there, family. From there, where do we go? Where we heading to? A very simple journey. We go from the present moment to the future. We lift up our children, our children's children onto infinity, realizing that everything we do right now is affecting them. So we got to go on and be focused in our tasks. We lift up our glass and we say Ashe. From there, family, we move on to all of our relations and we lift up the glass and we say Ashe. From all of our relations, family, we move to that selfish toast. What is it that you need right now to move towards your greatness? Come on now, we got all this energy. We asking all this energy to be around us. We're becoming conscious of all the energy. We open up our eyes and we're seeing the ancestors. We're seeing the Creator. We're seeing all this energy that we done called up. We've been drumming up for years. It's all around you, right? What is it that you need right now in this moment? We lift up our glass, and with that, we say Ashe. From there, family, we're going to lift up our tribe. What's your tribe? If you don't have a tribe, you're welcome to come and join us over here at Gye-Nyame Journey. You just got to be willing to do some work. Got to be willing to do some work, right? Or build your own tribe. Either way, go to that free e-course and get the basics, right? We lift up our glass to our tribe, and my tribe is Gye-Nyame. What's your tribe? Shout out your tribe. Post up your tribe. Ashe. Let's work together. From there, family, where do we go? We go to the most magnificent. The only another word to describe is marvelous, fantastic, uplifting, inspiring, and the bravest and wisest individual in the room. I lift my glass up to each and every last one of you, and we say the power word of Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. All right, family, I'm going to go and open up these lines. I'm going to sample this little watermelon. Let me go and make sure y'all know what the number is. Hold on, slow down. Slow down. I still have to open the lines. But actually, if you call in, they'll let you sit on hold. Why is that? Why are you doing that? So we can have us a nice, powerful conversation before I launch off to this adventure. Go and make sure y'all like and share. Let people know what we doing over here in Gye-Nyameville. All right, let's see. Where is it at? We're going to go over here and we're going to... Oh, all right. While we open up the lines, I could do something else too. Let me go and do the line first. Okay. All right. Watermelon. Watermelon. All right, like I said, somebody called in. All right, but hold on before we go. Let me share this. Now, remember, in a moment, I'm supposed to share the proverb of the day. This proverb of the day comes from, it's the first chapter of the African Openness to the Tree of Life, the 37th, the 37th proverb.
I'm supposed to share the proverb of the day.
All right, somebody got to turn, you got to turn it down. You got to turn it down.
Chapter of the African Openness to the Tree of Life, the 37th,
Ooh. Who got that? Who they got that playing in the background? I know who it is. I got you. All right, cool. You turned it off? How you doing? Hold on. We got the proverb of the day.
Hello.
Proverb 37. We got obedience itself is bowing, said the knowledge holders. It is humbling of the heart. It is humbling of the heart. I don't know if they wrote that right. But anyway, that's the proverb of the day for those that's doing the 21-day challenge. But, hey, let's go and get the conversation started. We got people calling in. What's going on? I heard CeeLo in the background. Come on, CeeLo. What's going on? Who else on there? Somebody just hung up. Y'all can't hear me? Maybe it's me. Hold on. Oh. Check 1, check 2, check 1, check 2. Can you hear me now? Check 1, check 2.
Yeah.
There we go. How you doing? Is this CeeLo?
It's CeeLo.
What's going on? What's on your mind? We got lines full this morning. Y'all trying to get me fired, but go ahead. What's going on? What's on your mind?
Hey, yeah. So, yes, the 28th of this month.
Are you happy?
Yeah. I feel like I got a lot of stuff to do and a little bit of time to do it in.
Yes, you do. I mean, you got to shift your whole life to another city.
In another state.
In another state, right. Right.
I know. I just don't miss all my peeps here in the OH. Oh.
But we done learned. We've been mastering this digital thing for a while, baby. So you already know where we're gonna be. Then every now and then,
right?
So,
and I already I ordered it. I gotta unbox it. It's one of those setups so that you can like tape yourself, like you can make YouTube videos or whatever.
Does the camera follow?
Yeah, it has the camera. It has the light. It has the light and all, rings with it and all that. I haven't set it up or figured out how to use it yet, but. So I will be making videos for you to stream.
Okay.
You can figure out how to go live.
All right.
But, I am not abandoning the tribe. I'm just going to be the North Carolina branch of the tribe.
Right, North Carolina. Man, all right. Man, so all right. So and I'm gonna have to get out to North Carolina. I ain't been in North. Have I been in North Carolina? I've probably been in North Carolina. I don't know. I smoked a lot of weed when I was younger.
I've been through it a few times, and my sister was stationed in South Carolina for a minute, and I used to go out and visit her. But yeah, this will be like my first time living out that way.
Is it Charlotte?
Charlotte.
Okay, cool. I mean and you're gonna be able to hook up because we know we got family down there. As far as the whole cultural piece, we down there, so I know that. I don't know no names right offhand, but I'm quite sure somebody out there will be able to assist with that. We got another caller from Columbus, and we also got sound like Brother Shaka, but
yes, sir.
But Shaka, how come your name is not popping up? You one of the ones that can control the line. Your name should be popping up. You calling from another number?
You know what? It's probably been that way since I changed my number about this time last year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, but yeah. So this number is probably not tied into my email address, which the line recognizes.
Ah, okay.
Mm-hmm. So,
right.
Hey, so I wanted to bring something to the fair this morning. It's something that I was considering, and I would really want some some external thoughts on this. But long story short, I have joined a fraternal order of makers, and particularly the makers who were responsible for the very first 3D printed firearm to come about. And in doing so, I realized that I have a great responsibility if I'm going to fulfill this role of an inventor of such. I am an inventor, but dealing with dealing with some of the innovations that I'm working on, it would almost be more secure if I got my FFL. And I was wondering how y'all felt about those type of entities.
What's the FFL?
Is a federal firearms license.
Dealers, you mean?
Well, dealers have them. People who are manufacturers have them. Mine would be a manufacturer's.
That sounds expensive, dog.
It's $150. It's a one-time cost of $150.
Oh yeah, if it's that damn cheap, you shit give me one. Shit, $150.
Well, here's the thing: is that when you have an FFL, the ATF can come into that address without a moment's notice.
Who?
The ATF.
Alcohol, tobacco, and firearms.
They could do that any damn way. So basically, you putting yourself on their radar. You putting yourself on their radar.
Right.
Why would you do that shit? I mean, you're already on their radar. I'm just saying. I mean, so if they can run, if they can, what is the protection? What is the protection that is providing you? If it's giving them permission to be able to run up in your crib, what other protections are they providing you by having this license?
Well, okay, good question. Because anything that I do in terms of making money off of these innovations can cause the wrong kind of visit, with or without the FFL. So let's say I'm customizing you some grips, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pistol grips. It doesn't cause the firearm to work any better. It's just a cosmetic thing.
Right.
But the piece is that anytime you modify a serialized component, then that and make money from it, that is the part where it becomes a crime if you don't have an FFL. Now, if I had an FFL, I could manufacture 100% lower receivers with symbols on it and sell it to you with no questions. But if I do that without an FFL, I'm facing 10 years.
Oh, okay. There's a brother here. I'm going to text you his number.
Uh-huh.
And he is actually the president of the Onyx Gun Club, which is a local chapter of the Black Gun Club.
Yeah.
The national one. So he actually is up on a lot of that legislation. I don't know how much he deals federally though, but he might be a good brother to connect with. He does the CCW classes here, and he's gotten quite a few people, gotten their CCW, and he teaches the pistol classes and gun safety classes and all that. Yeah. You might need to connect with him. He's a prior military guy, and he knows a lot about the gun world, a lot more than I do. I helped him, charter the gun club and everything, but he really is a lot more hands-on and day-to-day with it than I am. And he's been following a lot of the legislation. Actually, he follows that real close. Because actually, there was something, I don't even think it was a solid month ago, with respect to the type of weaponry that you're talking about, as far as the 3D printed capability of producing firearms,
Right.
and there was that was a real. I don't even know if it went through or not, because they were trying to. They were basically trying to get an injunction because it looked like some legislation was going through to make that a little easier to do. So he would actually know how that even all ferreted out. I was kind of caught up in some other things, so I wasn't really following it that closely. But like I said, it wasn't even. I don't even think it was a good month ago that legislation was up before Congress.
Right. Now, and so that we understand the dynamics of like the 3D printing world and the gun world, is that there's two different movements going on that are kind of moving into one movement, because firearms never had such what do you call it? We've never been able to manufacture on such a household basis as we are now because of 3D printing.
Right. But the problem, and I don't even want to use the word problem, but the issues come up that, when you're talking about something that's made on a 3D printer, you're actually talking about something that can fly below the radar in terms of its ability to even be detected, because it's not made of metal.
That's the whole point. And let me explain it. Yeah. Go ahead.
So you're getting into a realm of, being able to give people the capability to take and bring things where they may not necessarily want them to be. Say
well, and whether
school,
they want it or not,
a courthouse,
Right. But that's exactly where the world is at. Let me explain something. First of all, where that movement came from and why I'm a part of it. First of all, while he was in his 20s, Cody Wilson was the individual that put out the first single shot 380 called the Liberator. Right? Now, with that, it wasn't that he just put it on YouTube, but he also put out the file, the STL file that anyone can put into their 3D printer and create the same.
Yeah, he
right.
did. Yeah.
So the piece is that the government
it's out there now, so they're trying to legislate it on the back end and pull it back. But once something's gotten out into the internet, what you gonna do? You gonna stop?
Well, that's the point. And what I wanted, right? And what I want to catch you up on is where that's at today, because that was in 2012. Now they tried to shut his company down, but they basically, because it's still in litigation, it's just not accessible. They haven't been able to shut him down because he didn't commit a crime. In fact, the government is the one that committed the crime against him, because what they did was shut him down without him committing any crime. So when he went to them, he said, well, you all are infringing on my First Amendment right, because I was just giving away information. I was giving away information. I wasn't selling it. I wasn't, I was just giving information. So they said, well, we didn't infringe upon your First Amendment right. We just augmented it because this file cannot be out there. Oh, so you're just going to augment my right. All right, well, I'll sue you because no government can augment a right that the people has put together. So the piece is that for 8 years, they're not going to close this case, number one, because they don't know what to do. The other piece is that he started this other organization. This organization, he says, all right, well, I'm not just going to give the information out anymore. All right. Since you all don't want to do it like that, now I have to file a suit against you, and I have to finance that suit. So I can't fundraise. So I'm going to start this other organization where members like myself are able to come in, pay dues, and because I'm a dues paying member, and because I'm doing this work, and I have I have some receipt of the work that I'm doing, like customization, and now I have files now that can go on to this catalog. He's got upteen thousands of files now, not just the Liberator, but other people around the world who have created STL files of the plans and blueprints of every firearm that's out in the world right now. So if you have a strong enough machine, there is no weapon that you cannot produce. In fact, he has geared this new organization in a way where he is able to commission individuals and members to militarize small governments.
Whoa. Hey. All right. Let's bring it home, dog. Bring it home because you're getting a little bit.
Yeah, so
you know what
my
I'm saying?
my whole point in being in the conversation in the first place,
Okay.
is what you and I talked about, Hatem. If we must live in a world where everyone around us has access to these same arms, right?
Right.
My piece is that in a culturally appropriate, what are we talking about? Curriculum. If part of that curriculum is home defense and people are at home trying to make these things off of 3D printers because they heard and now they fear like my neighbor has this thing going on.
Right.
Listen, not everybody has the right information. Everybody's going to go out and try to get some filament and try to do the same thing, follow these directions just on the Cliff's Notes thing. Cliff's Notes will get you killed. The Cliff Notes of creating a firearm that is unregulated at home, the moment you pull that trigger, you can kill yourself.
Yes.
And so the piece is that I'm doing is making sure that if we are going to tamper on this makers thing, that my tribe is educated. Now, that's number one. Number two, if I move into this piece where I'm actually getting the FFL to be able to customize receivers that have our sacred emblems on it, that is so that when we fall into the mode of having to protect our bloodlines and we take our ancestors to the front lines with us. And every decision we make is that much more focused. We're not out there just pulling a trigger at anything that for any reason. You understand? We take with us not just our ancestors, but all of our understanding of the way that our tribe moves.
I can dig it. And you talking about in the symbolic form, not only with the knowledge, but in the symbolic form on the way that we could go in and produce the actual firearms.
Absolutely.
I could dig that. Now, but my question is, what are the so you want to be somebody that could be able to print and sell? See, because I'm just trying to say it's like for me.
Because understand what's happening
well,
now.
Hold on. Because one of the things is because one of my sons do CCW training as well, and one of the things is I tell people, in my circle, if they ask me, should I get a CCW? I'm like, no, you just need to get trained on having a gun because with a CCW, right, they know you got a goddamn gun. You know what I'm saying? Because it's legal to carry. It's legal to carry in Ohio.
Right, but let me tell you something, Hatem. You can have a CCW. They know that you have a gun, right?
Mm-hmm.
Listen, and this is the whole piece. And this is perfectly legal. If, let's say, you got your CCW because you want to do things the right way. You went to the gun store, you got yourself a Glock 19, okay? They know you got that Glock 19.
Right.
But if you built an AR at the house, they ain't gonna know that.
Right. Right.
If you don't have your CCWs and you build an AR at the house, they don't need to know that.
So, but if you register with them, they know that you're making something.
No, they know that you have a gun that you carry. You can.
I'm talking about the FL. What you talking about getting? They know that you got something. So when they come for you, they come in full steam.
No, listen. For what?
Well, I mean, like if
I'm a licensed carrier.
And so
when they do stop, I remember I had
when they pulled us over, I jumped out your car and ran because I already knew they was coming for you. I'm sorry.
You know, when I had a little shootout incident, and the police was called at my house, and was telling them that somebody, was this particular time someone was trying to break in my car or something. And but when they pulled up, the first thing they said to me was, "Do you have a weapon on you?" And I know they did that. He said, "Because I can see you have a license to carry."
Right.
That was the first thing out of his mouth.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And see, that's the thing, Tim. What we moving into.
Because that was what the whole the whole issue with Philando Castile. It was like that whole thing just still blows my mind. I can't get that out my head to this day. So we damned if we do, we damned if we don't.
We damned if we do, we damned if we don't. So don't. I'm just saying, just don't.
I'm registered too. I have my CCW. And my car, my daughter's car, is also, I hold the registrations on them. So that's tied to the registration. So when they pull her over, they're asking her, "Do you have a weapon?" And my daughter does not carry a weapon. I keep one in my car. But all the cars are registered to me.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Check one, check two. Oh, yeah, that's why. Go ahead.
Tim, this is the piece. Is that as a FFL holder, I would be able to manufacture. I would be able to sell a dozen of my custom.
And that's how Tim's question. So they gonna come down even harder on you.
They coming for you, dog, because you have a license. You have a license to create the weapon. So you went and you got the license to create a weapon, which, like I said, if you want to do things right, you know what I'm saying? Right. Do. You know what I'm saying?
What I'm
if you want to do it quiet, you know what I'm saying? You say who? Because you already explained to us on the show there's a way that you could do it without necessarily even needing a license.
Right. But here's the piece. What I'm saying is that you can 3D print. You can 3D print receivers all day long, but here's the piece. Tim, even when we've been so gung-ho all this time about making carbon fiber, if you don't got the right plan, then it's gonna blow up in your face.
I agree.
And so what I'm saying is that this fraternity that I belong to is motherfuckers that for the past decade have creating those, but now that they've got to this point, honestly, the 3D printing thing is really just the first phase. I'm on phase 3 now. And so the piece is that the first phase is anybody can make the Liberator. Yeah, you get that one shot off, everybody got it done, and that's the whole piece. His whole reason for creating the Liberator is based out of some history in Germany, where if every civilian had their own firearms, now we've neutralized the government. Now they're going to teach us, they're going to talk to us different now. And so that was in 2012 as a young 20-year-old, what he was thinking. Now that he's grown, he's in law school and defending himself against the government. Now he's like, yo, now I'm realizing the P80 kits, the aluminum ones, I got as much access to that because I'm CNCing all of my parts now. I'm not using a 3D printer, so I'm using metal now, and I'm making the same exact receiver as what's on the market. So it's not even a matter of making something at home and substantial, but it's making it. They can make a file here in Ohio, send it to Texas. They will make them in bulk, send it back to me as 80% receivers, and because they will sell me the actual CNC machine that's programmed to bore out the holes and make it a whole 100%. That's why I want the NFL, is because to provide that service means that they walk out of my address with an actual firearm.
Which means that, well, I mean, I hear you. So do it the right way. But I mean, you asked a question. I'm just saying, once you register something like that, you already being monitored because of the way you think. Now you're talking about...
You're on the radar. You're on the radar.
You're already on the radar.
Anywhere.
And now you're talking about becoming a licensed gun, not just a dealer, but a creator. You licensing and letting them know, hey, I sell guns. So everybody that come to your house, anybody that come to your house is now on the list.
No, I'm not. See, that's the thing, is that, first of all, I got certain standards. Number one, I'm not going to do this out of my home. And that's the whole piece, is that as an inventor, I should be able to tinker in my basement at any time. And
Right.
the piece is that if I get an FFL, I'm not at liberty to have them just walk in and into my little tinker space in my home environment. So I would need that to be another address. And because of the nature of, like you say, I'm not military. I don't understand a lot of the gun conversation. In terms of the maker conversation is ultimately why I'm trying to protect myself, the inventor, by having an FFL. Because the things that I'm tinkering with right now is necessary, but at the same time, it's just a small percentage of all of what entails the movement.
Well,
So I don't want to go so deep into this gun thing where it's like, yo, Shaka's that gun dude. Because at the end of the day, the whole movement, the great day of surrender, all of that, that's already out in the East. Oh, by the way, there was a Trump-Pence a rally, no fascism rally over the weekend. I was invited. It was a national rally. I was invited to present. And yes, I did indeed let folks know about this. I only had 3 minutes to talk, but I let them know that the only way that we're going to get out of this is through the process of moving towards that great day of surrender. And it was well received.
Did you say reparations? Did you say the word reparations? I mean, great surrender is good.
Hell no.
Did you say
Wait,
reparations?
What you talking about?
Did you say the word
At the
reparations?
Rally.
When you get great day of surrender?
familiar with the great surrender. What is that?
See, that's
Yeah,
what I'm
what's
saying.
the
Now,
surrender?
wait, hold
All
on,
right.
wait,
surrendering
Shaka.
what?
Before you get into that, did you say reparations?
Yes, I did.
I want to tape, because you said it's great surrender. Motherfuckers be wondering what you're saying. You speak, we need, go ahead. Explain the great day of surrender to the sisters.
Listen. All right, so this is what it is. The great day of surrender is the day where, and it's a process to lead up to that day. So let me explain to you how. Well, first of all, what it is the notion that all American people are the struggling class because Black America is in the system. Strategy to move towards and to achieve the great day of surrender is for A, struggling class to accept that they are the struggling class because of this condition, and B, for us to motivate the struggling class to move as a majority towards one day where we all step forward in a selfless act of civil disobedience, extracting the system's wealth and delivering it to Black America as a reparation. That is the only way that we will come out of what historically, since the beginning, has been a farce of the American culture. When we do that, we have initiated America beyond the sentiment of hate.
Okay.
The only thing that dies are the predatory arms of the system. Nobody has to die. Now, keep in mind that whole piece. We don't need no guns. However, the guns come in play. We just need to be heard because we now understand, because of our own demonstration, that that's when they listen. When we come in an organized fashion with a certain level of power, but the power comes with organization and obedience to one another. That is what they don't expect. They expect for us to come and, with our anger and our guns. So that way it's easier to tip us off. And that's the piece where most of the time in the rogue environment, they would be right. But we are different because we maintain a certain level of order. And that's the whole piece. And that's what the world needs to see.
Phooey. Man, did you say reparations, man? That's all I want to know. That's all.
He said reparations, but this
I
is
just want to be clear. Well, go ahead.
He said reparations, but this is my thought in some of that. I feel like, first of all, struggling class, you talk about the struggling class. I need a clear definition of who these struggling class people would be.
Yeah, it sounds like white folks included in that to me.
I'm saying is that all American people.
Here it comes.
I'm saying that all the people of America are struggling class because of the way that the system is designed.
The black people. The black people.
You got the wrong audience here, brother. You need to go.
No, I don't know what's being said, so I don't even know what the heck it's about.
No, what I'm saying is,
Christine, he couldn't hear you. I don't think.
What I'm saying, Christine, go and say what you saying.
When you said, Navita said she needs to understand who the struggling class is. And I jumped in and said, yeah, the struggling class sound like everybody in America besides the rich folks. And that, to me, includes the white folks. And I'm only interested in that which benefits, reparates, and represents the black people. And
that's cool. And that's cool.
And only the black people.
So I get it. So just put your earplugs in when I help everybody else. Because at the end of the day, even though I'm helping out everybody else, I'm helping out Black America on a more exponential vibe.
Shaka, now this is part of the issue.
I need to understand, why are you helping everybody else?
All right. I mean, it's a longer answer than that. And when I put up, and since you want to know, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put up a Zoom conference because everybody else don't need all that information.
I think
you in the business of saving everybody, so you might as well give it to us.
Like I said, I do things my way for a reason that you don't understand, because I'm acculturating you into that whole piece. The reason why everybody is because I'm talking about human beings versus a machine. If I'm not inclusive in everyone, then I don't have the potential influence on anyone.
Because you got countries like Africa where the minority is the majority rule, where they rule things. They don't have to have the numbers with everyone on board. They just come across.
Here's the point. Find me a better way to motivate find me a better way to motivate the majority, because that is the secret weapon in this whole strategy. The reality is,
I mean, I understand what you're saying, Shaka. I do, because I see we need their help, so to speak, to
not all of them. We need allies.
Right. I think that's what he's saying, though.
Right, but we don't need all of them. That's why we've been screaming the stubborn minority the whole time. It's never been a mass movement of everybody agreeing that made changes in this world. It's always been a minority group.
So, Tim,
go ahead.
I think and this collective makes me the most stubborn motherfucker. And I'm saying that it's because I see the evidence of it. Whether you have or not, I know what I'm doing on that. When it comes to that, what I'm doing is making sure that I'm not chopping off my resources and just depending on the black community, which to this day, I'm saying it has not caused me to thrive anymore than I have independently. So what I'm saying to you is that, I am thriving because of this system, that whether you reject it or not as an individual, it's the system that causes me to thrive.
I am.
We can heckle all day long.
Well, it ain't about heckling. It's about having an intelligent conversation. What I'm saying is that nobody here has turned, or in a sense, thrown out the system. What we're saying is that the system owes a certain debt, and that debt needs to go to black people. And what history has shown, when we take history has shown that when we take the path that you are talking about, that you think is new, what usually ends up happening is that we end up getting what you talking about.
What you just said.
What you're talking about is the strategy that we always end up with. And what happens with that?
This was pretty much the strategy that was used under the civil rights movement.
Right.
That's not.
That's exactly. And then
yes, it is.
Everybody was involved. Yeah, so everybody was involved. And then when they finished it,
which is what?
Well, we can only know what we told you. We ain't Miss Cleo. Somebody just know what you told us.
I'm saying, like, right now, you're arguing a point without knowing where I stand with the point. I'm not here to argue with you.
I got you.
All right, let's stop. I gotta go.
But okay, we'll stop.
I mean, we got, because this is like, and this the issue for me, man. Like I said,
let me know when I can speak on it. Go
ahead, speak on it. Don't speak on it.
No. You say your part because I know what's coming.
No, you don't know what's coming. That's like me saying I know what's coming from you.
I know
you don't understand. This the whole issue. You don't want. Part of the issue is that you keep on bringing in this whole universal shit, not really understanding that shit has been tried.
Hi Tim.
Go ahead.
I'm being patient with you because I wanted you to get.
Being patient with me? How you being patient with me? I don't understand. I'm confused. Nigga, I am totally confused at this point in time. Go ahead. Because you can't be patient with me on this line. You can't. Nigga, I'm patient with you. And I've always been patient with you. Don't never get it twisted. Please. So I'm going to let you speak, and I'm going to be quiet. Because you being patient with me. How dare you?
Be patient with you? So my point is this. What has not been done in history, in the history of America especially, is for any one individual to get people to understand that they are not the system, especially you. Especially you. None of us are the system. When we divorce ourselves from that part of our identity is when we can evolve to the next level. That's the step that perpetually has been omitted because that's the one that is initiation, the true initiation into any self-mastery. So when you look at the history of America, the conditioning that caused us to believe that we're Black Americans, the conditioning that makes you believe that whatever it is that they want you to believe, based on your relationship with the system, I'm redefining our relationship as citizens and a system. Most people are engineered to believe, even if they work for the military or law enforcement, that they're a part of the system. Most of us who have lived life long enough to understand, none of us are the system, because all of us can get put through the rings just like anyone else. You can work for the system and get put on top and be dealing with some of the same shit I'm dealing with. That is what causes us to be struggling class, because as long as there is a permanent underclass, there's no way for even the top citizen to achieve anything higher without leaving or divorcing a system that has him or her anchored. When you divorce yourself from the system, then we can go up. That's what progress is, not around and rearrange the furniture on this place called America. I'm saying that once we see America at a certain elevation that it's never had the opportunity to see, we gonna rename this motherfucker. And at the end of the day, whatever you want to call the entity that's responsible for it, whether it came out of Black America or this black tie motherfucker or white America or wherever, you can give credit wherever it's due. At that point, when we get to where we're going, we like a helium balloon on a string right now. Somebody needs to cut the fucking string so we can see the perspective that I'm talking about. I've been there, and I'm saying to you, that's what I'm on this planet to do. So whether y'all with me or not with that, it is my sacrament, and this is my devotion. It's going to take me to the point where this is what's pronounced. So I'm not mad at you because I know that this is what the Creator has sent me to do. But I expect from my tribe to at least have enough patience to understand that this is who and what I am.
Shaka.
Point blank.
Shaka. The only thing I do is wish you well, my friend, because I can't see that. I really can't. You know what I'm saying? I listen, and I'm sitting up here, you talk about struggling class, you talk about bottom class, and you're right. America, in order for this motherfucker to exist, there has to be a bottom class. And the one consistent bottom class that has always been at this motherfucker is the group of people that are speaking right now on this. And we have always tried to elevate and liberate others. And we always end up back in the same situation that we are in right now. We at the bottom. So I believe that if we deal with the bottom and we deal with the justice claim from the bottom, it can't help but to overturn this motherfucker. You understand what I'm saying? See, when you start speaking POC language or universal language, we fall right back into the trap that has always been set with us.
That's the point. I'm talking Shaka language.
Shaka, everybody ain't speaking Shaka language, dude.
You're right. And that's the point, is that I'm a Mac living in the world that's PC. You got to interface if you want to build with me. And that's what the world is doing right now. That's why I said over this weekend, when I made the statement, I'm listening to everybody else come back. You know what? A motherfucker who had an NPR show, and you can hear me on NPR from the Trump Pence thing, right? And you can hear what people are saying about it. So that's where we at with that. That's the black theme.
All right.
All right.
So, ladies, y'all got anything y'all want to say to close? Because I got to get out of here and get to my adventure.
No, all I gotta say is black, blackity, black, unapologetically black, blackity, black.
Okay, then. Well, you going to your adventure?
It's twice on Sunday. What? I'm gonna tickle myself. She said, "Girl."
I said, "Well, I told Hatim go ahead on his adventure then."
All right.
Yes, Hatim.
Navita, when you supposed to be starting your show?
I'm gonna talk to you sometime this week. I'm gonna give you a ring, and we're gonna
get
the time and date settled down.
All right, family.
Shaka,
let the people know where they can find you at, man.
Y'all can find me at Cash App at $ Baba Shaka with 2 K's. All right.
All
right, family. I'm up. Y'all take it easy. Have a great day.
All right, peace.